Welcome back.
Hi guys, welcome back to the pod. We have some really special guests here today.
Podcast debut.
I know. We're really excited.
Yeah, this is, introduce yourselves, actually.
I'm Kaley.
And Trisha.
Yes, we're their bosses, the cool young bosses.
They are the owners of Bronde the Salon.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in the salon today to film, so if you're watching on YouTube, that's why the background's a little different. We figured this would be fun.
If you're not, then just imagine it.
We kind of,
Use your imagination.
just picture it. Just think about a salon and you've got it.
It's cute.
We figured our first guests would be perfect to have them on. Also in our Bronde merch. Again,
Not me.
Some of us.
Mine was dirty.
It's okay. She's too cool for us. But we couldn't imagine having anyone else as our first guests besides you guys.
We feel so honored.
Oh my God.
Yes.
The people that taught us everything.
No, literally.
I've always wanted to be on a podcast.
Yeah.
Here you are.
Here we are.
You should have worn.
I didn't want to wear my bronze sweatshirt because I just needed to look cute for the occasion. Just in case.
She got excited when you said you're going home to edit this because she's like, they're going to watch me? They're going to watch hours and hours of me?
I know.
You should have worn your prom dress. Honestly, I was betting on that.
I don't
was
think it would
laughing
fit.
so hard. They were texting in the group chat this morning, like, "What are we wearing?" Like,
For the record, I'm Trisha, not to be confused with Trisha Paytas. I get it all.
Oh my God.
not to be
Oh
confused.
my God.
You're so funny. You go on tour too?
Yeah.
We know them really well, but we don't. I mean, you guys don't know who they are. Unless you do and you're listening because you love Kaley and Trisha. That's always fun
That's
too.
even better.
My mom did say she was going to listen.
Oh my God.
Oh, tune in.
Yay.
Tune in, Pammy.
I love it. Okay, so we're going to start off really, really easy. How long have you been doing hair and why did you start?
So 2013, what is that, 10, 11, 12 years I've had my license. And why did I start hair? To be honest, I was always a kid who had ratty nests in the back of my hair. Yeah, so, but I never brushed it. So I don't know why I started hair school, but I didn't want to go to college. So I was like, oh, let me try out, like, tour hair school. I didn't go to college.
I thought you did.
No, I did not. I took like a break off. Yeah, no.
Learning things about
Yeah.
each
I
other.
thought you had school debt. Oh, that was hair school.
Hair school debt, yeah. That I just paid off last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I know. I was like, I really, like, with not having to pay for it, I tried not to, you know.
I did that too.
Yeah. And then I just decided, let's go try it out. And I was like, wow, this looks cool. I toured one school and I was like, I like this, but I'm not going to that school. And then I went to my school, Graham Webb, which is now closed. R.I.P. Yes. Very tragic.
Where was that school?
DC.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was a good school. It was fine, but then, so that's why I decided now. So it wasn't like a passion thing.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is cool. Let's try it now.
Don't
I
wanna go to
obviously love it.
college, like,
Yeah. Trishy?
I started hair school in the 10th grade, so I was like 15, and I'm about to be 32. I've had my license since I just turned 18 years old, and I did it because I have ADHD, and I was artsy, and I got out of school for 4 hours a day. So it was like backup plan, worst case scenario, I'll work my way through college, but it ended up being fun.
But you went to college.
No, I pretended. I went out.
Oh, you went.
By like 20, I moved here, and I was like, I'm ready to settle down, start my life.
You're funny.
Start over.
She just lived in the college town.
Literally. I think some of my clients thought I went to college because I just pretended.
Probably.
Yeah.
Both of you guys thought each other went to college.
Yeah.
So funny.
I mean, I got in. I just had already started working in the salon, and I was like, why waste money when I can pretend?
Yeah.
So I only wanted to
gonna
play
go to
sports, and that
college?
wasn't going to be a thing.
You were going to then?
Yeah. I got into Salisbury. I was just like, why waste the money?
So college was for none of us.
Work smarter, not
But I
harder.
got in, but it's not for me. And you only need street smarts. Like, even my mom would be like, you need to take business classes. And I'm like, if it doesn't pertain to what I'm doing, I'm going to be bored and I'm not going to learn.
Yeah.
So cosmetology school was nice because, like, I got math credits and all those things. I just didn't have to take anything above 10th grade math. And look at us now.
Period.
College who? The streets raised us.
I've never been close to the streets ever.
The streets of fucking Calhoun County. So far away from the streets.
Oh my God, so funny.
I did think I wanted to do something artsy, but I was like, what kind of a career is that?
That's kind of how I was in high school. I feel like I felt like I had to go to college, and I always wanted to do makeup.
I did the makeup route too.
That's kind of all I knew.
I was thinking about going to like art school, but I was like, I'm not
same.
going, I didn't want to go to art school for graphic design.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you gonna do? With
Be a
these?
painter. It's like
Right.
all the famous painters are dead.
Literally.
I mean, like they're
You
dead.
get
Yeah.
rich when you die.
Yeah,
And
and I
I'll
was.
say, or when we were coming up, maybe not quite in 2013, but like it wasn't artsy then. It was like you're doing whatever the client asked, picked out of the
Yeah,
magazine.
yeah.
And that's that. Like once
Now it's
Instagram
fun.
came around, then you got to play.
Yes. Yeah.
But it took a while.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing hair in that era.
Terrible.
Oh my God, don't say era. Like, we're so old.
That's
You
not
at
what I
least-
mean.
Instagram was a full thing by the time you were doing hair.
Yeah, I was.
A client told me to download it, and I thought it was just a picture editing app. So I was just throwing stuff up with these filters on it, not knowing my friends were following me.
Yeah.
You're
like,
And then I treated it like Snapchat, which every moment of my life was documented. Yeah. And then Nikki was like, "You should probably make a hair page."
Oh, really?
Yeah. She made it for me, made me a website, like everything. And I was
Wow.
like, okay, I guess.
Okay, Nikki.
Because I was like, I just want to show my clients things that I like and not magazine photos, Pinterest photos. 'Cause
Yeah.
those same Pinterest photos still come around.
yeah.
And like we used to have hair magazines, like a short hair
I
one, a long
remember
hair
them.
one.
Yeah.
And you
The
just
fucking
flip through
big
while
ass
you're sitting
books.
there.
I like this one.
Walking off the street to a random person, pick a random photo out, and then I like it Picasso.
I like the Picasso.
What was the first salon that you guys worked at?
I worked at like a salon that was like in a resort kind of place, but it was short lived. And then I worked when I was in hair school. I worked at a salon in Virginia, and I like left school every day to go there, and then I worked Saturdays. And it was a nice salon. I liked it. And then I got married and moved away.
I always forget about that part of your life. Yeah.
Yeah. So then when I left there, or when I moved across the country, like a lot of places wouldn't hire because I was military. So I worked at like a Supercuts, which is nothing against Supercuts, but it was just like a burn 'em and turn 'em. And I did like all military men.
What kind of pay did they have there? Was it like hourly?
It was, gosh, it was
was
so,
like
it
sliding
was like
pay
a
scale.
sliding pay scale. But I was always over.
When I did the corporate, it was like a sliding pay scale. You could get the hourly or the commission, whichever was higher, but you can only do like 3 times before you're canned. Like,
Damn.
Yeah. So it's only like
That-
it helps, but it will hurt you too.
Yeah, this
If
wasn't
you're
that
making
strict.
too much money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This wasn't that strict. Because like haircuts were like $17.
Damn.
Yeah.
And corporate places don't want you to upcharge at all. Like, and then you limit your creativity because I was like, I want to do all these fun steps, but I'm not making the money for it, and they want you cranking it out all day
Yeah,
long in
right.
the factory.
And that's like where I was at was just strictly haircuts. Like I mean, I think I maybe got one color, and it was like one of my friends. Like, I never didn't do that was, and I was there for like a year.
Did you miss doing color?
Yeah.
Do you
So-
feel like you had to like relearn a lot of stuff because of that?
Yeah, so when I left there because I was just over that, and I worked at a salon out there, but I was a front desk coordinator, which is obviously great to like learn that. And then when I moved back home, when I got into a salon, I was like, I didn't want to jump right back into hair. I wanted to assist to get my
Your skills back.
yes. And literally after like a month, I was like, all right, let's do hair. I was fine. Yeah. Which was fine. And they did tell me that they weren't going to hire for like a hairstylist because they had just opened like a month before. And I was like, okay. And I knew I could hustle. I knew I could do.
Yeah.
Improve
So how
myself.
long did you assist?
Maybe like it's 9 months till I started doing like hair, and I did kind of what we did with you guys where we was doing hair and that. And then full time after like a year and a half hair. What about you?
My first salon was Accents in Salisbury. Some of my best friends I met there, and I'm still friends with. But I started in high school, and I spent every hour outside of hair school and regular school in there, weekends, and then my boss would just throw me in to like half foil with her on clients, and then she went out on maternity leave like right when I graduated high school, so I got kind of booked kind of fast, but it was too small of a town, nothing going on there besides college kids and beach people, so I needed to move away and start over, and I went corporate, which is not fun. And then I managed one of them, hated it, never thought I was going to own a salon because it was like babysitting, and I feel like in the earlier years, it's all about how long you've been doing it, not how good you are, and a seniority thing, and yeah. So corporate was not for me, went back to 2 private salons, and I learned a lot about what I don't want to do and how I would like to treat other people that work for me. We like this environment a lot better.
That's a good way to look at that. Like back at your experience, not like that shit was ass and it sucked. But
I didn't
like, I'm
retain
not
a
gonna
single
do that.
client, like from my corporate places, because once I left and went to a higher price place, nobody followed, but I got a lot of color correcting in, and I learned a lot, and even working with people who you don't think are the best is great too. Like you can watch other people fail and fail too, but like fixing other people's stuff will get you far, learning wise.
Yeah.
I also feel like when I moved here, no one knew about well water. Like, I don't know what it was. Maybe because the Eastern Shore has it so bad, but nobody knew they had well water. People were just melting hair off left and right. I don't think salons and like the stuff they gave us back then was designed to help people with these solutions either. It was like, give exactly what they asked for, try to, and who cares if the hair melts off.
Right.
Because everyone had those layered sides back in like 2012, and that was breakage.
Yeah.
Because we would do 20 volume at the root, 10 through the ends, pull through like the old low lights you did. It didn't matter. You were just bleaching everything.
Crazy. I kind of want to go back to you guys mentioning like Instagram coming out. Obviously, like us building our clientele, we fully use social media, and that's pretty much it. What kind of things did you guys have to do to like get clients, I guess? Was there any like weird things that like we don't really do now?
When I was in hair school, they made you go out to like hand out your business cards like in the area, which I would always go, and then I would just go have lunch somewhere. But that was like, but I did hand out them a couple times, I think. And then, but when Instagram first started, when I was really getting into it, I would post. Like that was really all I had to do. And if you post like multiple times a week, I was getting at least one new client a week.
It works.
Yeah,
The
like
feed
it
doesn't work the same way as like stories now.
Yeah. Like it was more feed, and you had to post like multiple times a week. But I was getting one new client a week, which I thought was really good.
Yeah.
And you could tell when I would Slack that it would be.
Even now.
So
Oh, yeah, I
it still
remember
stands true.
my literal first client that ever said they found me on Instagram, and that was crazy. And then it started working. Like hashtags really worked back then.
Yeah,
unreal when they come
hashtags
in.
really work. Now I feel like they're not.
Nikki sat me down and was like, gave me
Nikki,
lessons.
why don't you plug
Tell
Nikki?
who Nikki
Nicole
is.
Pellegrino. I should have taken more of her advice, and I'd be an influencer and not a hairstylist right now.
We'll call her up. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
Nicole Pellegrino is one of Trisha's childhood best friends who is an influencer in New York City area. So that's who she is if you don't know.
She made my website, made me post. I was doing photo shoots left and right. Like, I got lucky and nobody had an issue with me building my own brand because it worked, and I brought in overflow to the salons I was at, which was nice. But I was like doing these crazy photo shoots for I don't know what reason, just the experience and the fun, and like a website for what? Like, it's fine. It was nice. Yeah. TrishaComerHair.com. It's gone now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But at the time,
She's
she was
cutie.
like, make a separate one. Stop posting it with your going out pics. Great idea. She made me
Be a
a logo.
businesswoman.
Because back then, like, you were putting watermarks on shit because people might steal it. Not that they really would, but like, and then around the time I made the Instagram, the ring light became a thing. Oh, and I was like, we need a photo wall. We need a backdrop. We need signs for people to hold. That shit was
Hell yeah.
so tacky now. No, like, I made like
sign over
literal
their face.
signs for people to hold.
I still
And
see their,
boomerang.
like,
The Lash Girls do it.
What did the
Yeah.
sign say?
Like corny. I'll show you some of them sometime. It was really bad.
Can we
Does
get out
my
the
hair.
pictures?
It was like I don't know. I will find them. They're stupid, and I printed them myself and made them. But Nikki said it was a good idea. And then all of a sudden, it was like cool to get your hair photo taken.
Yeah.
And it just became a
whole
thing.
thing
Yeah.
started.
And then it was like I felt like everyone did back of the head photos, and I was like, you're gonna wear makeup, and we're gonna take your photo. And then sometimes I'd send them off with Alex to take them for a couple hours and take photo shoots after them. So I did a lot of model people so that I could attract what I wanted and not just what my bosses were giving me to like fill my paychecks.
She was ahead of the time.
I was, but I didn't know it at the time.
Kind of crazy.
Trisha Comber Hair or Trisha Paints My Hair was my hashtag, and that shit was popping.
feel like
And
it's
we don't have.
I want a
listen,
t-shirt.
But I
Can
will
we get
say,
those again?
I have a bunch actually.
Can we please bring them
If you
in?
looked up the Annapolis stylist at the time, like that was all me. People started bringing me my own inspo photos. Like it was a
That's what you
thing.
want, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you want.
But that was weird. Like it was just a thing, and then I remember being like, "Are other people getting my inspo photos?
Okay,
Like,
Miss
that's
Annapolis.
strange."
I know.
And I'm not even from here. That's what it
original
shows.
pictures.
And
Not
then
even from here.
10 years, 12 years now, whatever I'm at, 16 technically, people follow.
Right.
When
We
you're
wanna talk about
coming
that.
from the Eastern Shore, it's like, what else I don't know, they come here and go to Trader Joe's and Whole Foods.
They make
It's
a
the
whole day
highlight
out
of their
it.
week, yeah.
And they get their Botox.
They get their
go
Botox,
Yeah.
yep. Your Botox people, like those are the people you need for networking too. They send people.
Yeah. So to summarize that, social media. But now social media is totally different.
Yeah.
Like I cannot tell you
It used to just
how
be
to
pictures.
make a reel.
Yeah.
I hate
I
it.
actually have one but
I
I've
hate
been
it
working
here.
on it for 6 weeks.
She came up to me yesterday. Hey, Riley, can you add text in CapCut?
Remember when
was
I didn't know how to Zoom? That
yes.
changed my life too.
I did have a little Zoom. She taught me how to Zoom before, but no, and
love
it's
you
just-
guys.
It's too much. I'll get
think
back
it's
to
so
it.
I mean, we've learned a lot. Like, I wouldn't be able to keep up. And then thank God we have Sid, too, because, like, that is a full-time job. And I don't post on my own anymore
is.
because
Yeah.
doing the salon one is a lot.
Yeah.
And, I couldn't do all that.
Well, it's also too like when you post, then you have the inquiries, which is great, but it's like we don't have the time on our books right now to do that.
Right, so why post?
You definitely saw
don't
a
do
difference
that.
on the people who weren't willing to post back then.
Oh,
who thought
yeah.
It was stupid and doesn't work. It works.
No, it really worked.
With like social media, I feel like we have a lot of people that we see, like the influencers, like Devin, like Bragg and Beauty, all
yeah.
those people. Did you guys like have anybody when you guys first started?
Rihanna and Nikki from 901.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're still
Those are
one of
your
my
icons?
favorites. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
It's like a Beverly Hills salon.
I know
They
what
do everybody.
I know
yeah.
what the show. That's what you're talking about.
No, like
That's
they
our
do
age
every,
showing.
like all those selling stuff. Like they do every celebrity's hair. They do
They're,
Julian
they're
Bell.
in Beverly Hills.
Like, yes.
Real Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Yes, like literally, like like 901 is a staple
I'm like,
in
oh, yeah.
Beverly Hills, still a thing.
Sorry,
I
guys.
took their class. Nikki was my model for their class one time. It was great.
You guys were talking about
Dom.
Dom still?
I've been following Dom since day one.
He's an OG.
Mine was like Mandy Sue Styles and Jay-Z Styles.
May
Like,
paints hair. You follow her?
I think so.
Wait, is it-
Mandy Sue, she
May
like
I paint?
Yes.
We took a class from her.
But there was a time when we couldn't save on Instagram. Like we were like, they wasn't the same. There wasn't
Oh,
stories.
No, mine was like Jay-Z Styles when she was very
like,
young.
yeah.
I think
knew.
I knew
Did
about
she
her
like
from
start
you.
when you guys started? Or is
She's been on
I wanna say
YouTube.
she was like around there because she started on YouTube, and I would watch her YouTube stuff. So to see her grow was pretty cool. And then like the other Mandy Sue girl.
But I will say getting education was worth it back then because you weren't getting the stuff on Instagram. So you meet people and it was like more than you expected. And then probably in the last like 6 years, every class I've taken, there's some that have been disappointing. Like you'll learn something from every class you take, but sometimes you don't want to meet your idols. And when it gets too saturated and they're too celebrity status, it's like a production and not education.
Yeah.
But there, I miss just like having one person I really want to see. It's been a while since I feel like any of those classes have been worth it for me.
Yeah, I tell everyone I learned her from TikTok and from you guys. So that's true.
I was getting into the education thing before COVID. Like that was like right where I was headed. And then everything changed and I was like, it's just overly saturated because social media got so big during that too. Yeah. And I was liking it, but it just, social media popped off a little differently and I couldn't keep up with that. And I still feel like I'm
You have to
catching
like scale back with one before
Yeah.
the other for sure.
And I feel like if you're doing everything, like that's too much.
And there's imposter syndrome at
quality
some
goes
point.
down.
You're like, so many people have more experience and you're like, am I doing anything differently?
right.
So then I realized I like more of a one-on-one teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to see what I'm teaching someone actually work and not, because half the time,
Like
I sit in these
training
classes,
us.
like, remember that girl who recorded the entire class?
Oh, yeah,
and we're
yeah.
like, she's not using an ounce of this when she gets
Yeah.
home. Like, there's just,
But you also are the type that like,
I ask questions.
yeah, but you also shut down after like 2 hours. Where you're just like, I can't do it. I can't intake anymore.
Yeah.
And you're like, let's go get food.
Yeah.
Well, quite frankly, I don't feel like a class needs to be longer than that.
Yeah.
Unless there's like a hands-on
Yeah.
portion.
I love like the lunch break and all that.
Yeah, like the gossiping.
Big lunch girl.
Yes. And she's like the type that like we went to. Who did we go to? We went to Maine Ivy. Went to Low Wheeler and
DV here.
DV Color. And we went to New York for it, and she literally like Lo sat in front of us and was like started talking to us, and Trisha literally like saw her like. Like those people are her idols, they're her celebrities, and she was like clamming up. And I think she has this like,
I did
wait,
that.
stop, wait,
you
let me
guys- are you
finish.
blushing?
Yes, because this is what she does. She thinks like we are big One Tree Hill fans, and we want to go see. They have their thing in Charlotte or whatever, wherever they are, Wilmington. And she thinks that she's gonna be like friends with them, so she doesn't want to be weird in front of them, and she doesn't want to be fangirl.
Fan energy.
It's like Chad Michael Murray is never talking to you.
That was me
production.
meeting Mel though. I was like shaking and like,
Yeah,
oh my
like,
God,
it's like,
hey.
yeah.
She's like, give me your phone number.
Maine
And I'm like,
Ivy complimented my outfit.
Scary.
And what I say,
Zara.
no, I said, that was low. Lo said, is that whole outfit from Zara? And I was like, picking it out 2 days before saying, everyone's going to know the whole outfit is from Zara. Immediately called it out. But then Maine Ivy said something, and I was like, yeah, I look like I'm about to take my horse to the Old Town Road. Like, I just word vomited. I was like, why did I say that? In the photos, I look like I saw a ghost. I was like, why did I
because
say
she
that?
just like clams
She
up.
complimented my shoes, and I was like, yeah, I look like I'm about to take my horse to the Old Town Road.
you fucking haul.
Yeah.
That's not
I was
real.
cooler the second time I met her.
The second time.
Yeah.
But I
You
was
got
not
the
about to
giggles out?
remind her I'd met her before, except I was like, I do have this scrunchie from 2 years ago.
Girl, I bet she like, that's a story she tells.
Probably.
This one
Makes-
crazy
yeah.
bitch at my class.
Yeah.
But I was the one who's like, we're staying for pictures. Like, we're staying for
yeah,
we're staying
yeah.
for the photos with them. I'm going to meet them just
Yeah.
enough.
Because we went to
be
Sarah
remembered.
May, level 10, which she was like
I
one
love
of the,
her.
I loved her too. But we went to Nashville for that trip, and that was fun. But it
But the
was,
scale of that class was smaller. The one we saw was like platform with
Yeah,
Lo
yeah,
and them.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's a little different. You're not hands-on. You can kind of get up, but they really don't want you recording anything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's a lot. And I like to ask a lot of questions, but then I get annoyed when other people ask questions, and they were literally said 2
Questions are
seconds
only for
before.
me.
Like, some people just ask stuff, and I'm like rolling my eyes. I'm like, they literally just said that.
Okay, that was us at the Behind the
So
Chair show. I
annoying.
swear to God, I like looked at Haley and I was like, do these people actually like, we all do hair, right?
Right.
Did you just
Is this
ask
real life?
that? Like that was this, I've known that since I came out of the womb actually. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Well, that is the thing, like, speaking of that, is like when I remember when I was at my hair school, they had what we learned in our first month at our hair school. They had people that, like, I guess a corporate salon like sent them to our school to learn on like Saturdays, and you can get makeup hours, and they did not know any of the basic cutting. Yeah, so it's like you really don't, like, it's really about the education. Like, sometimes you get good education, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, when this was going that route, it was like hotheads and a couple other things that wanted me to do education. I was like, I don't really just want to teach stuff you're telling me to teach. Like, if anything, it's like I want to teach balayaging or whatever that was.
And like that
Things I actually did.
and you've done in trial and error and know what you like.
And I will say, I will call it out. She was so rude. Remember that?
Yeah.
Just shades. And then she was like insulting because I was like, do you ever use like a board? Because this girl's putting in the work like like holding the foil. And I'm like, okay, but we were beyond the orange balayage boards. We were getting like normal balayage boards. And then I asked if she ever used one. No, but they like look really fun was her comment. And I was like, okay. Like, my bad. Everyone else, like, it was weird. And then she was looking for a model and my hair was like pretty much dark. And I said, I think I only had shades on there.
Like, we were like, it's just shades, like only shades.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's just shades, like that's something. And I was like, yeah, I know that. That's what we were saying.
But like, it was just like she was standing up there making other people feel stupid.
And that was before the class even started.
And teaching things that were not realistic in a salon day-to-day basis. And that's where I feel like we have now with the social media and all these shadowing and things. But like,
I think that makes a huge
a lot of those classes I was taking did not translate to something I could do in a normal workday and like would be what I was charging.
Yeah.
Right.
So then you start realizing like people are doing these productions.
And also your attitude is everything.
Yes.
So.
901, like I paid like $1,000 for that class. At the time, that was a lot. Like Nikki was like, "Do you need the money? I'll give you the money," kind of thing. Because I was like, I really need to meet them.
My idols.
My idols, and they brought other people on. Like it was just like a different vibe.
She didn't want
much
the
more
class.
hands-on, full models, lots of questions. I'm like, I don't think I've taken a class since Sarah May. Like,
Sarah May was like that.
Yeah.
And I like to when you do classes like that where they like take you to the shampoo bowl, they take you everywhere. You get to like see everything. Like, the production ones, like they took them back and they finished all the finishing. And they don't show you the toning. They don't show you those things. That,
And we did the photo taking, like everything.
oh yeah.
That's the thing about that's the thing that sucked about the hair show classes is that like it's just a demo. And that's you don't get anything else because
and
they
then
don't
the
have
ones you
time.
see in the main floor, like I'm sorry, ain't nobody spraying like that
No.
and fluffing hair like that's editorial.
Yeah.
I've taken editorial classes. They're not for me.
No.
Personally.
We don't.
But
do
it's
that.
good skill sets.
girly, No, and they're fun. Like the hair shows back in the day were more fun.
They're
than
still
I feel
fun.
Like
I feel like I more so want to go to more just to like for networking.
Yeah.
Not really
Well,
for like the
yeah.
education. of
But I
them.
think like the behind the chair that you guys went to, like that's really great for networking.
Yeah.
Well, like
exactly.
the 901, we got like good swag. It's where I met Unite and brought the whole line into Morgan Gerard, and then they had everyone put their Instagram names and everyone followed each other. Like I still have people I follow from those classes. Yeah. I feel like it was more about like everyone networking, and now they're just like pay the money. I'm gonna go take my break in the back.
Yeah.
And that's that. Like don't ask dumb questions, kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is a huge sidebar, but my toxic trait is that I want to book tickets to go to Orlando to go to premiere
I'm not opposed.
When is it?
in June.
Ugh, I want to be in Florida in June.
Yeah, but it's only like 2 days. We could do like a weekend.
Yeah, there's an on Catron. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a hair cutter, but he has a class only like an hour, 2 hours away, maybe. It's just like on Catron. He's like a celebrity guy, but he for cutting, I feel like would be a good.
I would love to do a cutting class.
Especially like long, which is a lot of what we have. Yeah.
Like if Dom, I shouldn't have cut my hair off because I would have done it when I go in June, and now I'm like I'm wearing extensions, but. He's been my inspo for every short haircut I've ever done, probably.
Why did you guys decide to start Bronde?
To be completely honest, it was in 2020, and I do not remember the conversation that we had.
have no memory whatsoever.
No memory.
How it was
Haley
like
hasn't heard this
us two.
story also.
Oh,
she doesn't know.
So I don't remember.
We spent COVID on FaceTime. Like we already knew we maybe we're gonna think about other options before COVID. And then after COVID, with the restrictions, it was like X amount of bodies per square footage. So we were thrown into like part-time, and there was 3 months of catching up I couldn't do.
Yeah.
I was overwhelmed. I think I think I had to watch my cousin's funeral on TV because I couldn't take off work.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Because I was like, I can't afford to take another day off and like make up these clients too. Yeah. And I was like, I can't feel like this anymore. And it was just like a nice reset to like not feel like a factory worker to go and do our studio and like go back to the basics, no assistants, every like one-on-one with clients, no double booking.
Right. Which is what we had to do because of COVID.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's always something I knew, and I don't know if it was like where I was at or what, but I knew I wanted to do something else. I didn't think I would be this big.
No.
I will say that.
I was about to say, so you guys
studios.
started in the suite. What made you decide to go then from
studios.
suite to expand to like full actual
You
salon,
debated
like with
studios?
employees?
Like actually doing like a solo
kinda just, like,
situation
happen?
because
Oh,
I
really?
was like, It's not a bad idea. Like all our friends can work with us, but we have no recollection of that conversation.
No.
I remember naming it,
And you know, where we came from, there's is a very old school salon where it's like you have to be hush hush. Like I know Haley, you've like experienced that, but like you had to be hush hush about like doing anything. So we had to like do a lot of things. And I think we had only asked one other stylist to like come with us, but she didn't want to come with us. But so we had to just go do everything like privately.
yeah.
So
Keep it a secret.
So we started at the suites. We went to a solo suite, and they had just opened up the suite that we were like in the mall, like it was. So we got first pick. So we got first pick, and then yes, we were there for a year, and then we had looked. What she was saying was we were going to like do a small studio, maybe like one or two other people, and then open up like our own suites place.
Okay. And do like have people rent
Yeah.
suites from
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we could have like kept that salon
I was
and
about to say,
picked
what, low-key,
people
why didn't you do that? Like, and just have people booth rent out of the old salon.
because there's not enough room for growth, and then we don't have the fun of like curating an environment that doesn't have these toxic habits that old salons do.
Yeah.
Where like they have if you've been doing hair longer, your priority for things. If somebody calls, it's like, yeah, this person's good at curly hair. They're not. Like, it was
You mean,
just
like if we had our own suites.
yeah. And then I think it was like my overflow was going to just anybody who I wouldn't recommend, and it's not fair to them either. Yeah. So yeah, it was just like I wanted to like hone back in on it and enjoy hair again, and then the suite was boring a little bit.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it was the two of us, like, and I like you, but it's like, I like to.
Well, you can't even talk. Like, we had to get on the phone all the time because I'm like, we can't have a conversation in the salon with clients in there either.
Yeah.
Like, it was like,
And like the suites it was fun. Like, it was a cool experience, like decorating it. Like, we had a good time and like doing it, but it was like, if you left them to go to the break room, like you're literally
yeah.
they're by themselves in this room, and it's like I feel like what I missed was the salon environment.
But I couldn't think of one that I would have picked besides doing our own thing. It wasn't because we like wanted a business. It was because like I didn't know where else I would go.
Yeah.
And I've worked for people who like don't also do hair, so then you feel like you're being micromanaged. I respect people who like when we worked for our last salon and like they were working right beside us, same hours, same amount of clients. Like they were hustling. They weren't doing it to just make a buck off of us.
Yeah.
Because this really has never been about the money. It's just like the environment. And once we started realizing like we could not have to have all these bad habits from other people and kind of mold you guys, like it was much more fun for us.
Yeah.
And I liked teaching, so that was like a way better thing. But we were gonna max out at the old space.
Yeah.
You know, like
I mean, we did.
yeah.
Yeah.
This only happened because we looked into putting a few more outlets in.
Yeah,
And people
so
were trying to rip us off.
In our old space, we only had 5 chairs, and then now in the new space, we've been here since what, August? We have 10, and then we
6
have like
shampoo bowls.
6 shampoo bowls. So we've expanded a lot.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I was your first full-time person, and then kind of just kept going from there. It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. How many stylists do we have now?
7, I think.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's a lot. And then like what?
And everyone's
4
full time. Like we don't have any half and half right now.
Yeah.
crazy.
No, I definitely think this is my max. Like, this is a lot.
Yes, I will say the jump from 5 of us or whatever to when we were 8 at one point, like
Yeah.
that was a lot, and I would not have been able to do that from the studio.
Yeah.
That would have been too much.
Yeah.
It's a lot more personalities to handle, and like I don't want to be someone's boss who comes in and like doesn't interact with them and like
Right.
know anything about
Yeah.
them.
Part of the reason everyone likes working here is because of the environment.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's why it's fun.
Like we enjoy each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
not
like,
hard to fit in with.
No. And that was something that I like wanted to say. Like the whole like family thing, like, that's not what you're supposed to say.
Right.
Like you're not supposed to be like, what do they say? Like run away. If
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I think there's still ways to do that, but also be professional.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that we're trying hard to do that. Where it's
Yes.
like, yeah.
It's
Like
crazy
we're really
because
close,
everyone
but we're not like overbearing and like
Yes.
like
There's like a
Yes.
line.
True.
You
Yeah.
have to cross.
everyone who owns a salon was in the exact same position we were, where you feel terrible for quitting. They make you
Yes.
like you don't have access to your books. They think I've never ever poached one of my clients. I just posted on Instagram when I've left and said this is where I'm going.
Yeah.
Because we had things we've signed. I got out of it. You signed, I think.
I didn't sign it.
Yeah, Bubbles had a 5-mile radius of working and doing
That's
hair.
the
And
most
Ulta,
non-competes
you
are
couldn't even work at like
crazy.
a salon centric under their
That's
things.
crazy.
Yeah.
But I think
fucked
that's
But like
legal now.
it just kept happening everywhere we
think it
worked.
is.
It was like the same rules. Like they think you're going to be transparent about leaving, but the second you do, you're cut off and you're gone.
Yeah.
And then they're under the impression that people are going to stay at the salon because of their name. this doesn't have our name on it for a reason. I don't expect in 10 years people are coming here because of us.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
think
you'll
that there's,
follow
like-
your stylist.
Yeah, like
A few
like you
people
said,
do. For
yeah,
sure.
and there's overflow of like our clients and friends and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like you as a stylist make it.
Yes.
That's your client.
Yeah.
Like,
People have a choice. It's called consent. Like, they're not just going to sit in the chair and be forced to get their hair done by somebody.
Yeah. And your personality is like, I try my best to like say hello to everybody's clients and stuff because that's like the professional way to do it. But like, you build these relationships with your clients, so you take your clients. We're not hoarding them.
Because we've always said from day one, like, when we will support you guys, whatever you want to do, because owning a business is not for the fucking weak. Anyone who wants to do it should do it.
Yeah.
But like, we want to see you succeed when you do it and not feel sick to your stomach for a couple of days that you're going to die. Because I'm so happy I never have to quit again.
Yeah.
This is like a marriage, honestly.
I know. Oh my
It
God,
is.
yeah.
That's
No, it
mom
really
and
is.
dad.
Yeah.
Like, they bicker like they're married, but we love it. It's funny.
It's the best thing in the world.
We missed it when Kaley was out on leave. It was disgusting.
It was
Disgusting.
It was actually delightful in here because I was just making decisions left and right, buying things.
I know.
She was.
The
She came
spender
back
over
and
here.
didn't know where anything was.
Yeah, literally. That
She
was
said she needed a vacation when she came back. You enjoyed it.
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
like,
I did have a big TV.
I'm a solo boss.
Yeah.
No, it was like, a
For
lot.
the record, she left me a week before, was it Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was
And
rough.
with multiple new hires that we were trying to train. And
I
then
tried to say, let's not hire right now.
We
well,
needed her.
We needed the
I
help.
know,
We
yeah.
needed the help.
She is.
Yeah.
She's awesome. I'm gonna say another reason that you guys started Bronde, to help our booking forms are awesome.
Yes, yeah, I wanted to weasel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that we can go off of the whole like receptionist thing.
Yeah.
I want an environment where like if you can't get in with us, everyone can give you a good quality. It doesn't have to be like what we do.
Everybody can be different, but
Put your
also
spin on it so they love it.
Yeah.
And learn
But
how to
also,
do it.
you guys taught us all how to do hair, so like
That's what it's across the board,
same
like
quality.
guaranteed. Your hair's gonna be good. You're gonna be happy. We purposely do these forms that are like how much maintenance you want, your inspo photos, your current hair history. We put in there that like we can deny a chemical service if your hair doesn't look like it can be. And you will lose people because of that, but like you also will weed out some people who are too impulsive. I was getting DMs in the middle of the night of just how much you charge. Like, okay, for what?
I got one the other day.
Hello, hey,
how much
how
are
are you?
24-inch extensions?
I got that too. I got that too. Okay, so it's spam. It was spam. That's it. And I'm like, for what?
Right.
But
Went
she
through
has
to
a
try
full
and see if she was
Instagram.
real. Yeah, and I looked at her tagged, and she has like people.
Not her getting all of us.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
And
she didn't get me.
Damn, she don't want you.
check
You
your
don't
hidden
post
requests.
enough.
I don't.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But I think a big thing is like calling and saying this is the kind of hair I have, and having the person who's booking you understand.
Yeah.
And
Well, that was the thing at other salons that I worked at. It's like they call in, they want color. Like, okay, this person could do it at this time. And it's like, oh, no, I wanted a full highlight. But they took it as like, I want root colors. So it's like those things, I think it's like weeded out. And
Same
also,
with like online booking.
I don't
Like,
trust
that's what
people who
happens.
just walk in the door and are willing to let someone put a chemical to their head. Like,
Yeah.
that scares me.
I don't need you in my chair. If
No.
you're like that.
yeah.
Texting made a big difference too.
Versus
I think I'd lose my mind if I heard a phone ringing in here all
Same.
day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
People would call and not know what time and day they were available, but they wanted to see all the options.
I hate
and then
calling to schedule an appointment. It's too much pressure.
the
Like,
amount
I'm
of
like,
times
I gotta look
things
at my
are put in
calendar.
wrong, and like roots. Okay, what kind of roots?
Yeah.
Like that's a
Yeah.
big thing too. What have you done on your hair? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also having like receptionists that don't really know, like they learn that, but it's like sometimes those are hard to keep, and sometimes it's like, yeah, it just makes
Human
makes
error.
it yes.
and
That's
the way
true.
we do like the new client services and the full highlights off the bat is like, I want you with a clean slate. If my name's on this, if you don't want a haircut, you're getting a treatment. Like,
I love that we do
Yeah.
the like you have to get a full for new clients too, because that makes a big difference.
The a
like
la
the amount
carte
of like
thing.
janky hair that comes in, and I'm like, I'm not doing.
Like
a
imagine
partial
every
on
new
this.
client you got was a partial highlight, but they wanted to be white blonde. Like that's not doable, and then you're
Yes.
cramming stuff in, and you become a yes man.
I'd
And I
always
think
rather have too much time and like not use it all.
no
than
will get
the-
you very far here.
Yeah.
Like
What?
like saying no,
No.
to people.
Oh,
Like
Noah.
oh, no one's
Noah?
told me I can't keep bleaching my hair, and that's why my sides are broken.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
I
Because that's what I think that it's the quality versus like the burn 'em and turn 'em. Like,
Yeah.
if your hair is fried off, like we're gonna take care of that.
under promise, over deliver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I like boast about like how I didn't have to go through the traditional salon experience to everyone I talk to. I'm like, I didn't want what you had. Like,
You
I'm
have time
good.
to stalk your people, get
my
your own
God.
inspo for them. Like,
Just like the thought of being
Yeah.
forced to double book, like I would kill myself.
yeah.
Like the
And
force.
the
full
quality
part
of
is what
products
gets
you're
me.
using are lower because they
Yeah.
want them to sit for 35 to
Yes.
45 minutes
Yes.
in between, so you're cranking out other things, and that's like under heat. Like we
Yes.
were just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't
it
even
was
have
like,
heaters here.
yeah,
No.
It's crazy.
we don't need it.
No, you don't need
No.
it. Pop a dryer
And that's
on
it.
it
Like
and
you don't have a choice in what you're using and all of that, and like we're not
Like, I feel like,
sticklers.
yes,
We'll bring any brand
yeah,
on.
we're open to whatever. And I think that that's like going back to like, we want you to come to us and say these things, and we want you to do those things, like do what you want to do. Like if you want to try this bleach, let's try this bleach. If you want to do this color, like we're open to all that, because also
I was getting stuff and storing it in the bathroom. Remember, like balayage stuff, because no one would order me balayage lightener, and it was like
bathroom?
in the bathroom
because you weren't allowed to use it.
Well, just like couldn't put it with everyone else's stuff.
Because
There was
they'll
no
use
rental
it.
option, and it was like
Yeah.
we were buying our own stuff on the side because it was better quality. Like Blonde Me, they were like,
Yeah.
no, it
Yeah.
swells, and I was like,
It's really not.
but I
as
bring
bad
it
as
in
people
for
think it
everyone I
is.
had with like my level hair and use it.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about owning a salon?
my favorite thing.
Nothing.
I mean, it's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, but I think that having, to be able to do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Which I also feel like we try to let you guys do whatever you want to do.
You
So
do.
it's like that is.
I do what I
comes-
want.
But I want to be able to like not have somebody say,
You have to
you
work
have to
X
be
amount.
here. You have to do this. You have to do those things. If I'm performing, like then I should be okay.
You used to ask me, so are you working tomorrow?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when I
yeah.
was literally your assistant.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever time you tell me.
Yeah. And I just like that there's like, it's kind of across the board. Like we try to make it like fair. Like I think that other salons I've worked at, it's not like, it was always like, this person gets this person that gets this.
Yes.
And we
Like
try-
favorites.
Yes. And like, I just wanted to do my own thing. If I had to ask for something, I don't want to have to ask for something.
Yeah.
I want you guys obviously should ask for something.
No, we should
but,
ask.
Like, yeah, but like,
When do we ever say no?
No.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
And,
just
like,
about communication.
We've gotten lucky
Yes.
that everyone here, even living at home and all that, cares about making money for themselves and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good thing.
We'd like to hustle.
Yeah.
But I think I think mine is like the decorating side of it. And the like, yeah.
I
Still,
can't
you
be
get to do what you
bored.
want.
The second I get like an ounce of free time, I'm like, what can I take on responsibility? Like pottery studio, sweatshirts, hats, shirts,
Us
pens.
with the fucking podcast.
literally. You came back and immediately I was like, new microphones. Like I'm going back to like recording stuff. Haven't
Well,
done
and
it yet.
she also wanted to say when we were like building it out, like she's like, we need to start our own furniture,
Oh
salon
yeah,
furniture.
I still would like to do that because there is a
Minerva
huge gap
who?
in that market because we couldn't find a laundry basket that wouldn't get gross and moldy and mildewy and was still cute. And it's like there's rules. You have to be covered bin, so we use those trash cans. But like I was replacing laundry baskets all the time, left and right, and trays that don't break and things like stations that are cute
That you can
and
actually get
usable.
bleach on. Also, I might add. What?
Like there's a function kind of like missing gap
Missing
there
gap,
somewhere.
yeah. But also an affordability gap. Like
Yeah.
I want it to be luxurious, but I also don't want to pay, $2,000 for one station. Like that's
Or
crazy.
have the toolkit one. Like there's just
yeah.
We've done a good job, but like not much in here is salon based besides
Yeah.
chairs and stations and bowls.
That's yes.
Yeah.
That's it. That you
And we live and we learn, and we realize a lot of things don't work.
Our laundry
Yeah.
baskets or trash cans.
Yeah,
It's kind of
but
perfect.
we have not had to replace them the way we have these rattan things that we wanted so badly.
Oh yeah. Well, we
That would
had
be
those at the
cute,
studio.
though.
But they stink after a while. They
Yeah,
get
they're
wet.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Because it absorbs the moisture, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
There was no vibe of a salon that I could find at the time that I would have wanted to be in anyway.
No.
And so I securate that because I'm like, I want what's in the back of my photos to be something I want to see. Lighting, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one.
So both of you, your answer is because you can do what you want.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
much.
I love it.
And I like to just do stuff.
Yeah,
I'd be so bored technically just coming in, leaving work.
that's true.
But it's not like I don't want to just do my own social media. I like doing everyone else's.
That's true.
I would love to cut back a day to be able to like film stuff for everyone else in here.
Right.
Yeah.
And just have things the way I want them because when I delegate it, then I have to redo things.
Right.
When you have a vision, but then you're too busy,
It's hard.
Yeah. She also has ADD.
ADHD.
ADHD, excuse me. Attention deficit disorder.
Yeah.
I
You
get
have both. I would say you
That
probably
is a
both.
huge reason why we did this too. Is like I get overstimulated really easily, and I get overwhelmed and like
Yeah, like when I'm off and like text messages that she like texts me are literally like all these things, and then it'd be like, we need to do this, and it's like go back to like the furniture that she sent me.
But
and
you
all
know
these
you
things.
don't
It's
have to respond that
Yeah,
minute.
but it's like, girl, chill. Like,
I know, but if I don't write it down or get it out in the universe.
yeah.
But I
it's
also
like,
if I
We're
suggest something, it's
looking
probably
into
already
our
ordered and
future
done.
right
yeah.
That's all. What?
We're looking into our future right now. I'm like,
Like
what?
if I'm suggesting something, it's actually in my Amazon cart and it's on the way.
Yeah,
actually.
like
on the way.
she has a
Me.
spending problem. She's
Okay, but that also is a
That's
good
funny.
balance. It's like one of us has to be
Yes.
okay with spending while she's like, I don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
I don't want to
That's
look at it.
true.
Don't even tell me what it is.
But also, like, somebody needs to reel her in.
Yeah, it keeps me in check.
Yeah.
It kind of goes with that, like with owning a salon, but like,
Just
what's your
read
least
it
favorite
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. My least favorite thing is like actually being a boss, like
Discipline.
discipline and having to like say things to people, which I don't feel like I have to do it that often. But like, I don't like that.
I don't. It just depends on the week. It's like doing hair. It's like sometimes I'm like so sick of doing one thing.
Yeah.
But like I love when payroll comes around because like I get to use my brain a little bit differently.
True.
I don't know. I mean, it just depends. If I'm in the thick of a photo shoot, I'm like, I hate this. I would love to be one of the stylists who shows up and gets to just take my photos and leave.
That's true.
But then
Have
I
a
like
fun
it in the
time.
end because it was my vision. Like it came to life.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like it just depends. It's really nothing I don't like, honestly.
I will say,
Firing.
Yeah. That's always awkward. But with that, like, I think that's a good balance of the two of us. Like, I think social media is great, but I hate doing it. So like, you take on those reins, and I do other things. And there's
I do the words, all the words.
Yeah, like, yeah. And sometimes I'm just like, just throw it out there, and you're like, it needs to say this precisely. Yeah. No, which is right. It's right. Even though like my
I think I could have been in marketing at some point.
yeah,
I
even
am
though my
Trisha.
sister
I'm
has
sorry.
said sometimes like our,
I am
our,
Trisha, she is me.
we don't have good like spelling, not spelling, but like
you.
like commas and shit. You know,
Yeah,
like,
that's a you
I
problem.
know, but like
I looked in the phone the other day. Someone said, "Why are you are in the
that
wrong
wasn't
context?"
Me. That was
I was
not
tweaking
me.
a little bit. I used to have to tell her, I'm like, "Can you please use like an exclamation point occasionally because you sound angry all the time."
But I'm just professional. Oh, no, you gotta be professional. Sometimes it's like we don't have to always be friendly. Like, do you want this appointment or no?
You're just as bad as how much is it?
I'm just kidding.
Do you have anything
No.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's you.
Well, that's when I laugh.
Sometimes I do feel like even with some circumstances, like you are sometimes a little harsh. I'm a little. Like,
I can tell when you
friendlier.
don't care. You'll be like, "I don't care. You do it. I don't care. You do it."
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
I just get it approved and tweaked
Yeah,
by
yeah,
Sid
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Or I'll be like, "Write this up so I can edit it." Because like sometimes I just need it typed out so my brain
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
doing
and then you
100
can go,
things and
yeah,
I can tweak everything.
Yeah, we have a good balance.
Yeah. Actually, if you have co-star, she's my most compatible person I've ever seen with anyone on there, which is weird. I think we
We're
should have been
secret
married.
lovers.
I think we should have been married.
I don't think it's a secret.
I don't think it's
We're not lovers. Let's just get that out there. But we do have our birthdays are 3 days apart.
which is weird. That's why I think we
Same
would be
year.
least compatible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there are things that you do that drive me crazy, but
Obviously.
there are also like things that I'm like so glad.
What does
she
she do that drives you crazy?
I mean, she is a spender. Like that drives me crazy. What does she do that drives
But you
me
also were out for a few months, and when you came
You
back
wanna
and
know what
saw
you
like
do
the,
that drives me crazy?
Let's see.
I would,
And because
I
it
did
drives
that
me
earlier,
crazy
and I was
because
hoping
I
she'd
do it
notice.
too.
Yeah.
I've started to do
That
it.
is
and
the
I don't
habit I
realize I'm
hate that
doing
you
it.
all pick up on.
I mean,
Sure.
fuck
But that's like
Adapted
if
it.
that's the only thing you hate about me, like I'm doing good.
Yesterday, I'm just sitting in the office typing. She walks in. Oh my god! I'm like, well, how did I scare you? Ever you can't speak to her without her. Oh my god.
Well, that should say something about the zenness of our space. That I'm so startled because you just were there.
I guess so.
I was vibing.
God forbid.
You
I
really
mean,
cultivated such a
within
beautiful
100 feet
environment.
of you. Yeah.
What
when
is
you
it-
were out, someone else was doing it. I was like, what's happening here? Why is somebody jumping?
What bothers you about me?
I think that.
Oh, I will tell you, she is messy, and I hate to break it to you, but Riley has developed her.
And you know what? One of my bosses told me that the best hairstylists are the messiest.
I mean, she's great at what she does, but I'm
creative.
clean and I'm a pretty good hairstylist.
But the thing is, I wouldn't give up my ADHD and my little bit of tism for anything because it's why I do things well. It's why I do them differently.
I
can
get it.
What
explain
makes her her?
They asked me a question. I needed an answer. What bothers you about me?
The jump in all the time.
Okay, that is my
Lately, that you don't answer me.
I have a baby.
I know because I used to be able to get on FaceTime all the time and just really be in there. I was
Andy
really
stole
embedded
your
in that
spot.
marriage. It was like a throuple for a minute.
Yeah, but now I'm in bed at 7 o'clock. She'll be
Yeah.
texting. I'm like, we're feeding. We can't do
God
that.
forbid 7 p.m. My brain works the best at night.
Yeah, I know.
I think what annoys me sometimes you want to like take a little more time, and I'm like,
Just
just do it. Like, why can't we do it? Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I have a feeling if we don't find what we need at Home Goods today, you're gonna ride this out another month to find like a table accessory.
We just need a table accessory. Exactly. Like it's such a priority.
And when you weren't here, that shit would have been ordered. A tree. I got us a tree. Like I did a lot of
I'm
decisions.
appreciative. You did a very good job, but like,
What, you wouldn't have got that tree?
No, I actually love that tree. Okay. I have it in my house. Yeah. I think actually
Good.
we need
Thank
another
God.
one.
I was getting scared for a second.
I'm just like I'm very frugal and she's not. So I think that like we don't need this right now.
But
it
I do
makes it
stuff
fun.
like that in here, not in my own house. I wish I had the ability to just like get it done in my house. Like I know I need some new organizing things and like I got to get my floors done. It's been since November.
Yeah.
The floors aren't done because I can't make a decision. But in here, I'm like, this space has to be for my brain to work properly.
Yeah.
I spend more time here than I do in my own house. Like I was able to kind of design this with my ADHD brain in mind.
on The Sims.
On The Sims.
Which is insane.
I tell
Every
a
time
bunch
I
of clients that
Yeah.
story and they love it.
I love The Sims.
She literally showed the construction people her version of the salon on The Sims. And they were like, can you send me that? Like, it's fire.
I redid my parents' Florida house that way. My mom even said the other day, she's like, could you do a little something for me at the regular house? I did it in my own house to see if I would move anything. And I was like,
Shut up.
no.
It's so funny.
I like to read a book and then make it a live thing too,
Yeah. Yeah.
It keeps those juices flowing. Maybe I'd be an architect. Our
I was
architect
just
actually
gonna
said
say.
that my Sims was really good and I could get a job doing it. My mom was like, why don't you intern? When? In what free time, mother?
Yeah.
I'm not going to side
on
hustle
Sundays,
architecture.
you can intern.
Yeah,
Did you
fine.
guys even, you didn't even, plan on owning a salon like this?
No.
No.
It literally wasn't until we realized we could have a salon that was what we wanted.
It's kind of lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, and it is so crazy too. Like I was thinking about that. Like we've never, I mean, I do sometimes, but we've never taken a step back and be like, wow, like
No.
we did this because we're always just like, what's next? What's next? What's next? But I will say this is as Trisha's already like, well, we could put a station here. We could no.
You never know. You never know.
Come, Bronde 3.0.
Bronde, the apparel line, the furniture line.
Bronde the fucking pottery place.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a pottery studio next year.
No, there's not.
But I will say, I wanted to curate a salon that was for the stylists more than the clients, because everywhere did that. It was like client-based, keep them happy, doesn't matter. And I remember salons would shut down when there was a big walkout. There never has to be a big walkout. Like,
Never
keep a
once
stylist
have I
happy.
been to a salon that has a pottery studio in it.
No, it's going to be next door.
Just same owner.
I don't even pottery wheel. The one time we went to a pottery class together, my arms were like
But you
this.
could paint.
You're right. But I'm not funding that.
But maybe I'll have a bowl line, because I am trying to make some bowls that make
kind?
sense.
Bowls or bowls?
Like your bowls.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
my dad did say the kiln I was looking at was not
You
big
wanted to
enough
do
for
a
a
puff
bong.
and paint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, we have
don't
no
talk
creative
about
arts
drugs.
studio. We don't talk about drugs.
It's legal.
Literally. Oh, well, you're going to hate that I ordered sativa hair stuff.
I know. I didn't even want to use the CBD line.
She didn't even want to use leaf flower.
The difference in us is Kaley takes an Advil, it gets high.
I am high right now with my 400 milligrams.
That's why the episode's so good.
Oh my God.
A little loopy.
No, I do think your creative is very good. It's good, but
Your
I'm
creative
tired.
is very good.
Yeah. The bowls, but where are the bowls? Because I hate to break it to you, you've been talking about it for 6 years.
Okay, I got to order my kiln. They're made. There's a couple.
They're dry.
You're dry.
They're cracking.
And your letters.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any advice for people who want to open up their own salon or own?
You just got pranked.
We don't want to cut anything out, so you have to wait for part 2 of this episode.
We're going to be posting it next week. We're not going to keep you guys waiting for too long, but the episode was just so good. We couldn't get rid of anything.
So you have to wait till next week, 7 a.m., Thursday morning, every streaming platform. Find us there.
You know where to find us. And on that note, this was your backstage pass to the beauty industry.
Just BFFs living and styling
After dark.
See ya.
Bye.